something, yes, he will give you the exact, and that's where I'm getting
Mr. Robin Atkins.
from. Robin Atkins, have a chat with him at the motorcycle shop. He's a retired bloke, so he doesn't actually have to make a profit to stay open. He uses his income. But Mitre 10 is another example, which was a big employer, and that was on the same with Logan Street. So, but I would leave it to Craig to ask his staff on that. The roading engineer would have more figures. I'm just giving you anecdotal figures from Robin Atkins, who's been there, and he wants to see that opened up so that you can use that road again.
Thank you.
Move the talking pole if he was to say one thing. Maybe put it up on Trip Hill.
Any further questions? Councillor.
I was just going to say, I don't think you completely understood Councillor Van Worth's response, which was that council can't control what businesses, we can't tell people to go away, but since we don't have that power.
Can I just respond to that? Right throughout the world, making a concrete alley down State Highway 1 of petrol companies, it's a classic thing, and councils always give over to this, and it's happening all over the place. All I'm saying is we had down Bridge Street, 2 petrol stations. If BP didn't get permission to do there, then people would come into town to the 2 BP stations there, spend their 70% on fuel, buy their coffee there, and they'd be driving through. Putting BP there and in T-Rail was a mistake from the last 9 years in council. And I just say, let's correct it. Let's not continue on that.
I thank you, and maybe the council to be granted that power of Almighty God that they can just determine where people go. That would be great. Any further questions? There aren't. I thank you for your input. Thank you. And I see that our McDonald's people here. Would you like to come forward and present? Who's coming? Oh. Yep. There in the front, if you like. Go. Unless you want to come up to the board.
Oh, we just stand.
Yes, If you are happy, you can be filmed. If you're unhappy, we can have the filming stopped. If you don't want
that's fine.
Yeah. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Nick Curtin. I'm from head office McDonald's. And
I'm Eileen Boone, franchisee here in Right.
Yep. Good. You have your 15 minutes.
Yeah.
15. 10 minutes of, 10 minutes of talking and 5 minutes that we can ask you some questions.
Yeah. I'm happy to start. Look, from a sort of McDonald's point of view, everyone likes to think, well, we're obviously a multinational company, but in reality, we have franchisees like Des and Eileen Byrne who do a lot of good community work here and sponsorship of local programs and all the rest of it. And we also support local community with employment. Eileen employs around about 65 people here in Tokoroa. So our main concern about Legal Place is the southbound traffic turning right, or not being able to turn right into Swanston Street. Is a real concern for us. McDonald's ease of access to and from our site is a real priority for us. We've worked out 33% of all our out-of-town trade, of our trade comes from out-of-towners. So that's people going to Tauranga, Taupo, Rotorua, Taupo. Of that 33%, we have a real reliance on drive-through, and drive-through makes up 58% of the total business for McDonald's in the Tokoroa business, which is a real priority and very critical to the success of McDonald's here in Tokoroa. From probably a real estate perspective, obviously, we charge Eileen a rent like our tenant would, our franchisee. And obviously from a landlord perspective, because we obviously own the building, getting a revenue back or revenue stream back from that building, we obviously spend a lot of money on the investment and the capital equipment. Our kitchen equipment package is sort of $1.5 million worth, so it gives you an idea of how much we spend. We spend on buildings. We employ local builders. I mean, Livingston's with the guys, Waikato-based building company that do our work. They build the buildings. here for a good 20 years now, Eileen. So since we opened in '96. So yeah, I just hope that our concerns are heard today. I think it's a real priority. Ease of access in from Swanston Street is critical for our business. And I think if we can't get entry and exit out of there, it will result in the potential of losing 33% of our revenue, or Eileen's revenue from sales. And if we lose as much as 33% as our consultants are advising, it could mean layoff of staff and even possibly shut the doors.
It's all right, I'm sure. That's quite right what that says, and we've actually, it's been here 20 years, McDonald's has been here 20 years, but we bought it in 2011. Des and I are the franchisees in Taupo as well. So we bought it February 2011. So we put a lot of investment in this restaurant here over 5 years. There was 43 staff when we took over. We've built it up to 65, and we're looking at hiring another 5. The way business is going, it's going really, really well. But again, it is a lot of hard work. We're really involved, sponsorship. We've got our finger in the pie in many, many things in town. Most times they can come, I think we're top of the list when people want a helping hand or something in their sponsorship, fundraising, clubs. So, they come and see us, and, there's always vouchers or something more than that. The thing is, we know that access is hugely important, I should say, to our success of the restaurant. It's a standalone restaurant, so we really, really have to have drive-through business for one thing. So 58% of our business is in the drive-through. I can see that being compromised by having a roading change. It's critical to our whole turnover. We can't afford to lose 33%, or even if half of that would compromise our success of our business. I mean, what would that mean? Well, for one thing, it's laying off staff. And all the other serious implications that come with that liability being reduced. I would like to think, I really appreciate the work that's obviously gone into this proposal about beautifying the town. Absolutely all for that. But we actually think that it could be money better used in beautifying the town, the trimming of the trees, putting that budget back into the parks and gardens and stuff like that. Coming in, photo approaches, welcome signs to make it look so inviting, getting landlords to paint their businesses and present their businesses in such a way. I know the money that I put on my M&R to keep my business looking sharp. And Lord help them if they don't mow that lawn once a week and things like that. So I know my standards, and and it brings in business. I believe it does, presentation. So to me, coming into Tokoroa at the either end is having those lawns nicely mowed and the trees trimmed and the gardens beautifully done. And to me, that would be money well spent on the budget instead of all that big ballyhoo. I've probably just about said that in 2 minutes or whatever it is. But yeah, we really do believe that we can't afford to have a change in the roading. I don't want to compromise anything. I pay rates to these guys. I pay my lease costs, and I mean, if I don't have enough money to pay them, then they're going to start bleating, and so it goes down the line. And I hate to see the business go backwards. I guess that would be me.
So your concern is the entrance of Swanston Street?
Yes.
Yeah.
In terms of the tidy up of the places this is going, it means better toilets, and I think you probably get more people coming in to use your toilets because, quite frankly, our toilets ain't too good.
Appreciate